The year was 2049. The USS Horizon, America's most advanced deep space ship, was on a mission to investigate strange energy readings from an abandoned research station called Erebus 9. Captain Mason Holt stood at the airlock with his 5 crew members, his voice firm through the comms. "Stay together, no wandering off. We grab the data and get out." When the airlock hissed open, a heavy metallic smell pushed through their suit filters. Inside, the station looked like it had been torn apart by something alive. Long claw marks ran across the steel walls, and strange black symbols were burned into the metal like vines twisting in every direction. In the control room, Dr. Ilara Voss plugged into the terminal. "Captain, these aren't just energy readings. They're life signs. Hundreds of them. And they're inside the walls." Then everything went dark. A sound echoed from the corridor. Click, click, click. From the shadows, something stepped forward. It was tall, impossibly thin, its arms bending the wrong way, its eyes glowing, liquid silver. The thing moved faster than a human could react. It snatched Commander Reyes, dragging him into the dark. Blood floated in the air, tiny red drops drifting past their visors. More shapes came, spider-like creatures with voices that sounded like people they knew. "They're in your head," Mason shouted. "Don't listen to them." The crew broke apart in panic. Voss was run through by a long, jagged limb, her gasp cutting off mid-scream. Jonas, the pilot, was yanked through a ventilation shaft, his helmet cam showing his terrified eyes before the feed went dead. Mason ran. His heart hammered in his chest as whispers chased him down the corridors. He found the reactor core and the truth. The creatures weren't just killing, they were feeding on fear itself. He couldn't outrun them. Grabbing a plasma torch, Mason faced the first one head-on. The torch roared, burning it to ash as its scream rattled his bones. More came. He swung, cut, and burned until his arms felt like they'd tear off. With shaking hands, he overloaded the reactor. Red lights flashed. A voice warned of a station-wide meltdown. Mason sprinted to the docking bay, explosions chasing him through the halls. The Horizon blasted away just as Erebus 9 went up in a blinding explosion. Alone in the cockpit, Mason stared into the empty black. The comms were dead. No voices, no friends, nothing. Then through the static came Dr. Voss's voice. "You didn't kill us, Mason. You freed us." Mason froze. In the cargo bay behind him, 2 faint sea-silver eyes opened. We were 3 people on that mission. Me, Sergei Volkov, and Irina Petrova. The Russians called it a salvage run. Nothing complicated. Just get up there, find the old Vostok 7 station, grab the data, and come back. The thing was, Vostok 7 hadn't been touched since 1982. Nobody explained why. Every time we asked, they just told us, "Classified. Don't worry." Which of course made us worry even more. When we finally saw the station, it didn't look abandoned. It looked dead. The windows were so black you couldn't even see reflections. The hull looked like something had been chewing on it for years. The moment we docked, a draft of cold air slid in through the hatch. It reeked of burned meat. Irina gagged. Sergei just shrugged and pushed inside. Everything was frozen over, but there were these strange patterns on the frost. Not random. They looked like handprints. Long fingers stretched too far. In the control room, Alexei, that's me, found the data cores sitting right where they should be. But then I saw it. In the far corner, a man in a full Soviet EVA suit, visor down, standing perfectly still. We called to him. Nothing. Sergei floated over, tapped the visor. The helmet just popped open on its own. No sound, no warning. And inside, there was no face, no head, just this black smoke that moved like it was alive. It hit Sergei in the face before he could react. He tried to scream, but it just choked him. He stopped moving in seconds. Then the smoke slipped into the ventilation ducts, like it knew where it was going. We tried to run for the Soyuz. The hatch wouldn't open. Instead, the old station's monitors started turning on, one by one, showing Soviet mission logs. The last entry said, "It wants to go home." Then the lights started going out down the corridor, one after the other. I could hear Sergei's voice calling us from every direction at once. I grabbed Irina's hand, but when I looked, it wasn't her anymore. Just an empty helmet, smoke pouring out of it. That's the last thing I remember. They say Vostok 7 is still up there, drifting over Siberia. And they say if you dock with it, you never really come back. I'm Captain Ray Donovan, USSS Andromeda, if anyone's still listening. We got a distress call from a mining station way out past Kepler 72b. When we docked, the whole place was spotless, like everyone just stepped out for a smoke break. No damage, no alarms, just empty. We started searching. The walls had these spirals carved into them, perfect spirals over and over. The station logs said miners started seeing things before they went missing. Then our radios went dead, one by one. Lights flickered and the stars outside the window moved. No ships, no debris, just shadows crawling across space. Grant vanished first. Helmet cam went black. Ilara started hearing her own voice whispering from the dark corners. Jonas lost it, fired down an empty hallway, then disappeared mid-breath. I tried to get back to the shuttle, but outside, there were no stars anymore, just black, and a voice close enough to feel the breath. Now you belong here. If someone finds this, don't come for us. Commander Victor Kane, USA Deep Space Recovery. This is my report, though I doubt anyone will believe it. The Aurora 7 vanished 11 years ago. Then one day it just showed up in Mars orbit. No damage, no distress call. We boarded. The crew's log said they left real space for 37 seconds during a warp test. That's it. But those 37 seconds, something came back with them. The halls were damp, smelled like rotten seaweed. Crew quarters were full of warm beds. No people. In the engine bay, we found them, the missing crew, just floating there. Eyes wide, mumbling backwards. When we touched one, he crumbled into ash and then reappeared in the shadows. By the third day, my own team started talking backwards too. Hale begged me to leave them behind. I tried. Last thing I remember is sending a message to Mission Control. Don't follow us. The Aurora 7 is gone again now. Maybe it's still moving. Maybe it never stopped. This is Captain Miller, freighter Marlin's Wake, or what's left of it. We got a repeating SOS. Help us, it's eating the ship. The signal was old, but we found the source. Docked, stepped inside. The hallways didn't make sense. I swear they got longer the more we walked. Doors opened to empty black space, or sometimes back to the same damn room. In the mess hall, food was still warm on the plates. Steam floated straight into vents in the ceiling, vents that were breathing. We kept hearing voices in the walls. When Ramirez pulled off a panel, we saw teeth, human teeth, stuck in the metal. We ran for the airlock. It opened to another hallway, not our ship. The corridors kept changing until it hit me. This thing wasn't a ship anymore. It was alive, and it wanted us. If anyone finds the Marlin's Wake, don't dock. Don't answer the call. Just burn it from a distance.